So like the best thing I can do, if I can, is position the film correctly for the audience. It's not Cloverfield 2, it's not District 10, it's Monsters. And Monsters is, at its heart, you know, it's set in this world with this alien backdrop with these monsters in it, and they are front and center, you know, much of the time, but it's really about the characters. And it's really, I wanted to do basically what I get frustrated. I come out of a blockbuster movie at the multiplex and you'll think, yeah, it looked amazing. It was a great spectacle. The effects were brilliant. But I just didn't care about the characters. The story was silly, you know. So it's like what we've tried to do is a reaction against that, which is let's really invest in these characters. Let's keep the story really believable and set it in this fantastic situation of a world with these giant creatures. And so, yeah, I'd say to people, if you like things exploding in slow motion and the camera whizzing around in 360 degrees doing crazy moves that are impossible, then maybe this film's not for you. But if you are frustrated with those kind of films and wish you had some sort of more of an emotional connection to what the hell was going on, then that's who we've made this film for. And it's kind of like if we just tried to imitate a Hollywood film, we'd just be like a poor man's blockbuster. Whereas we were trying to make the sort of film that Hollywood either doesn't want to or can't make, you know, that's just very, as realistic as possible, very intimate, but in this crazy sci-fi setting. So basically Vertigo, who produced the film, also distributed In Search of Midnight Kiss, that Scoot starred in and produced. And he came across great in that, and I really liked him, but I wanted a genuine couple. So I wanted a real relationship, because the chemistry in the film becomes so important that I didn't want to risk two actors that didn't know each other. Maybe they wouldn't get it on or whatever. And so they told him this, and he was like, well, my girlfriend's an actress, you know. And he sent through her picture, and this sort of soft porn type glamour shoot came up. And she looks amazing. She's incredibly good looking, Whitney. And it was like, no, I don't want to do this. This is what Hollywood movies do. We're doing the opposite to that, remember? As a reel, you know, we don't want people that look like they're out of a Gap advert or a Coca-Cola advert. And so, but then I went to meet her, and she's so not the girl you think you're going to meet. She's so down to earth, so lovable, and ugly without makeup on. That it was like, yes, no, this is perfect. So them two together, like the way they just relate to each other and the dynamic between them, is like really watchable. Like I stayed in their house for 5 days, slept on their sofa, and just hung out with them. And by the end of that process, it felt like, great, if we cast these two in this film, if they'll agree to do it, this crazy approach to filmmaking, then like the hardest problem is solved, kind of thing.
Is it true you missed a premiere as well to go to the wedding of Monsters?
Yeah. There was the European premiere of the film was on the same day as their wedding day, and their wedding was in LA, the premiere was in Sicily, and Robert De Niro won a Lifetime Achievement Award before our film began, and so I got like picture multimedia texts from the people here that had gone to the premiere of Robert De Niro. They were like, look, Robert De Niro watching your movie. So there's Robert De Niro in the audience like this, and I was sat at their wedding kind of like listening to boring speeches and things. And it was kind of like, no, I made the right decision, because it was, to be honest with you, Scoot and Whitney, they throw a good party. It was good times. Actually, I'm glad I went to the wedding way more than Robert didn't. I mean, I think he left after 5 minutes. I think there was nothing, I didn't miss out.
And how does it feel to close the film with possibly the best sex scene of 2010, or the weirdest sex scene?
Actually, no, the weirdest sex scene of 2010 is, I've got a DVD, I'll show you later. Yeah, I'm glad people pick up on that. It's funny because people say to me, like, how does your film end? Like when you say, I'm doing a monster movie, oh yeah, what happens? Did they destroy it? Does this happen? Does that happen? And you go, well, it ends weird and I don't want to ruin it. But you say, and as you're saying it, you're listening to it going, that is the craziest, stupidest film ever. Like, how can that work? And on paper, it was kind of a bit of a weird one, and I'm really glad it finally all came together in the end, like, because it was kind of a bit of a risk in a way. But yeah, I don't want to ruin it for everyone. But yes, there is. I like to think that somewhere on the other side of the solar system there is like some tentacled creature doing a press junket. And everyone's going, and then he's had some sort of porn, two humans sort of porno moment at the end of his movie and stuff like that. But yeah, I like to think when the aliens finally come and invade, the reason they'll spare us is they'll see monsters and they'll be like, okay, maybe they do understand, maybe there is like, I don't know where to go with this answer apart from getting rude or ruining the movie.